Hi, everybody. So this weekend marks your first weekend where you're going to start reading Chronicle of a Death Foretold. So over the weekend, you're going to be reading pages 3 through 14. If you look on the calendar for cohort 1 and 2 and distance learners, in the homework down here, you'll see that you're supposed to read Chronicle and answer annotation questions for pages 3 through 14. You also have access to the support, which is an audio of me reading the book. So you have this as a support, and you have this telling you what to read. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, especially cohort 1, what are these annotation questions? Well, they're linked right here on Tuesday, so you can click on this annotation guide, and there's a character chart, which also might be helpful as you move through the story. But the annotation questions, the annotation guide looks like this. All right, so it is split up by pages. So here's pages 3 through 8 are right here, 8 through 14. So over the weekend, you will be doing the annotations for these sections, right? 3 through 14. So all of these 1 through 7, and then all of these 1 through 8. At the beginning of each section, we tell you some words that you need to define. We really suggest that you do that prior to starting your reading of that section. So when you start, maybe this weekend, you're going to split your reading up. Pages 3 through 8 on Saturday and 8 through 14 on Sunday. That's probably a good idea, right? So when you do pages 3 through 8, the first thing you want to do is go in and define ominous, augury, funereal, and prudence. We tell you what page these are on. Your job is to go to that page, highlight the word, and write the definition either in the margin or over the word. When we do annotation checks, this is one thing that we might be checking for. Also, you're going to, after you've done that, you're going to read. And as you read, we're giving you specific annotations that you need to complete. So for example, number 2, write the tone and mood at the bottom of page 4 and circle the words that contribute to the tone and mood. So look at that. So you're doing 2 things. You're identifying the tone and mood at the bottom of the page. So you're going to write tone, mood, and you're going to give us what you think the tone is and what you think the mood is. And then you're going to circle the words in the passage that lead you to believe that those are the tone and the mood. You're going to be identifying 2 examples of magical realism on page 4 by underlining them and writing off to the side why they are magical realism. Is this time is not linear? Is this magical and ordinary? Is this causality is subjective? Why is this magical realism? You're identifying some indirect characterization of Santiago on page 5. Label it with IC. Explain what it tells the reader about Santiago on the side of the page. So you can see that these are very, very specific annotations that we're asking you to do. And this is going to help you with your comprehension of this text. Finally, I want to point out every now and then we're going to give you something like this. Birds and trees are symbols. Circle them on page 6 and identify the possible meaning of these symbols in the margin. The book isn't going to tell you the meaning. You may have to Google it. What do these things symbolize? What could they symbolize? And how does that relate to the story that you are reading? Okay? So take your time on these. Do the best that you can. Make sure you've done them all. And if you have questions, I am doing book talks in the morning in the chorus room on all days. So in the chorus room, 7:20 to 7:40. I'm starting at 7:20. I'm stopping at 7:40. And I'm not going back and forth. So if you want to come, make sure that you're here early, okay? Again, this weekend, you're doing 3 through 8 and 8 through 14. So you are doing all of this, right? All of this weekend. You are identifying the things in your book. If it's not your book, or if you hate writing in your book, you need to invest in some sticky notes and make them very specific. Put them exactly where we're asking you to, because when we do the annotation check, that's what we're going to be looking for. If you have questions, email either one of us.